I ultimately waited until the man I loved was in the shower, grabbed my daughter and my cat, and fled the life I had built. I have never felt so terrified, or so free, and it all started with a simple bowl of soup. It began on an ordinary weeknight. I was in the kitchen making a chicken gnocchi soup, and just as it was finishing up, my daughter, Lily, needed some help with a school project, so I shifted my attention to her. A few minutes later, she brought both of us a bowl of the freshly made soup, but before I could even pick up my spoon, my boyfriend, Mark, rushed into the room holding a different bowl and insisted I eat the one he was holding. It all came from the same pot. It's fine, I told him, confused, but he was strangely persistent. No, I want yours, he insisted. It has more chicken. Thinking back on it now, there's no way he could have known that, since it was Lily who had served the bowls. My daughter, ever the little peacemaker, just shrugged and offered to take the bowl Mark had brought for me. I'll eat this one, Mom, she said. The reaction was instantaneous and severe. He yanked the bowl out of her small hands. No, he snapped, his voice sharp. It's for your mom. The energy in the room shifted completely. I took the bowl from him just to end the bizarre standoff, and he returned to the living room. I looked at my daughter, a silent understanding passing between us. I quietly told her not to eat the soup. About 20 minutes passed while we finished up her project. I walked into the kitchen, planning to pour both of our untouched bowls down the drain, and found Mark still at the table, eating his own soup. Why didn't you guys eat? He asked, looking up, thinking fast. I lied. The cat got into it while we were letting it cool down. His reaction was explosive. What? He screamed, jumping to his feet. Was it your bowl? Cats can't eat that. His over-the-top concern was jarring. I tried to calm him down, telling him the cat only took a tiny lick, but for the rest of the night, he watched our cat like a hawk, his obsession ringing alarm bells in my head. That incident was the catalyst. It made me re-examine other accidents that had happened over the past 6 months. One by one, the unsettling memories surfaced. This revealed Mark's greatest fatal flaw, his suffocating arrogance. He truly believed he had me under his control, a belief that would ultimately seal his fate. The first thing I did after the soup incident was check on my emergency money. I had sworn on my older sister's grave that I would never be trapped in a dangerous situation like she was, so I always kept cash hidden away, just in case. I changed its hiding spot every few months, but when I went to get it, it was gone. My heart sank. I first asked Lily, gently, if she had found it, promising I wouldn't be mad. She said no, but a few hours later, she came to me, her eyes wide. She told me she'd forgotten that when she and Mark were in his car the other day, she saw my distinct pink wallet tucked away in his glove box. I had never told her the money was in a wallet, let alone a pink one. With this new information, I decided to confront him, but cautiously. I asked if he'd maybe found the money by accident. He didn't answer. Instead, he turned it on me, a chilling little laugh escaping his lips as he asked, "Why are you hiding a large amount of money? You know you could never leave me." It was the first time he'd ever said anything so possessive. I lied again, telling him it was for Lily's Christmas gifts. He denied finding it but offered his credit card for the presents. Suddenly, other events clicked into place. I have a severe latex allergy, a fact Mark has known for the 2 years we've been together. A while back, we were about to be intimate when I caught a glimpse of the condom wrapper in the mirror by our bed. It was the wrong color. I stopped him just in time. It wasn't latex-free. He brushed it off as a mistake, just an old one he had lying around. At that moment, Mark claimed it was a simple mistake. He had no idea this mistake was the first thread I would pull that would eventually unravel his entire web of deceit. Then I realized my EpiPen, which I kept in my room, was missing. I hadn't even noticed until I was frantically searching for my stolen money. And then there was the fall. He was walking behind me as I carried a heavy laundry basket down our wooden stairs. He kicked the back of my leg, sending me tumbling down. At the time, he claimed he slipped, but he was wearing steel-toed boots, and the stairs weren't slippery. I thought about running to my mom's house, but without my emergency fund, I couldn't afford it, and she lives on a fixed income. The feeling of being trapped was suffocating. Finally, last night, I decided to check his car myself for the wallet. He caught me. The charade was over. I asked him for my money back, and he played dumb until I told him that my daughter had seen the wallet in his car. "She's lying," he said coldly. "She's a kid. I'm a grown man. I looked him dead in the eye and asked one last time. His response confirmed every fear I had. "I'm not giving you money to leave me." As one person later commented, that statement alone is the biggest reason to leave someone. Not feeling safe is the ultimate deal breaker. That was it. I waited until I heard the shower running, and in those precious minutes, my world changed. I grabbed my daughter, I grabbed my cat, and we left everything else behind. We're in a cheap motel for one night. The domestic violence shelters are full, and they can't take my cat. I feel like I did everything right to protect myself, and I'm still in this impossible situation. My life blown to pieces. My next step is to follow the advice of others who have seen this before. I need to file a police report for the theft, even if it's my word against his. Creating a paper trail is the first move in getting my life back and ensuring he can't do this to anyone else. This story is a stark lesson that you have to trust your instincts. The most sinister dangers often come disguised as love, and ignoring the small, unsettling signs can leave you fighting for your very survival. Have you ever had a gut feeling that something was deeply wrong, even when everything on the surface seemed fine? What was the sign that you just couldn't ignore?